Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 of Will's, aka The Law's, 4v4 walkthrough. This week it's CP Whitefrost B3. This is a brand new map, never before seen, but actually looks pretty cool. It's a 3-point CP map. This is the first CP map we've played this season. So makes a nice little change from King of the Hill, although it's going to be very similar in practice. So first of all, I think it's appropriate to go over the rollouts. There are 2 exits to your spawn, this one and this one. In general, this is going to be the one you want to go out of unless you're actively holding LAS. So, walking class, you're going to roll right at this side, cut left, and then your 2 choices, or kind of 3, are you can go up this left side, up onto this rock here. You can go out onto point this right way, straight into point, or cut through this way here. There is actually another way or 2 to get down. You can go in under here, which is a little slower, but gets you the same place that that does. Or if you go all the way over here, you can cut and drop down through here, which is another way to get from the point to the enemy's point. So the actual point itself is here. You can very conveniently cap it both underneath and up on top. This glowing area you can cap on there. And I think in general you're going to want your scout class or your soldier class to get up on these rocks, get aggressive on this point, because the actual fighting area of this point isn't really that large unless you both go into the yard where you can trade spam. Yeah, your combo is probably going to want to be in this yard here, just because it's a lot safer. It's not as enclosed as this choke up here. I would probably want this choke to be larger, maybe, if there are still being changes made to this map. It's just really choky. A rocket on either side or a stick on either side will hit you regardless of where you are. This map is perfectly mirrored, so you don't have to worry about the difference between red and blue. So the soldier rollout is going to be a little slow on this map, unfortunately. There's no real good way of getting past that first point quickly. Just a small hop is probably your best bet. With 3 rockets, that'll get you here to where their combo is most likely to come out. They're either going to come out here, over here, or over here. So aiming your jump to land you right around here is probably your best bet to be generally in the middle. You can't stand up on there, but you can stand up on here. So the demo roll is pretty straightforward. Small sticky hop forward, then your big jump is right here. If you're really good, you can grab that health pack on the way by. But then you can just trap up, and you're on mid. You can get to mid in about 10 seconds this demo, as opposed to 15 for soldier and about 10 for scout as well. So this is interesting. This panel here, it disappears. Just to stop you from going the wrong way, I guess. But it's pretty neat. Okay, so let's talk about this mid fight. Obviously, these chokes are going to be most important to watch. If you get spam going in here, if you've got people watching over there, then they're going to have a really hard time pushing into you. That said, your flank needs to be watching over here, unless your combo's over here and your flank is watching over here. These rocks can be jumped onto, so flanking behind them as a scout, pretty easy. Obviously soldier can do the same thing. I would really recommend capping on top of the point, because underneath kind of seems like a death zone of you can so easily get spammed and juggled and caught out. It's really not good. Single jumping classes can get on the point both sides just by jumping on these little barrels here. Same over here. But there's also a ramp on both sides. Ideally, how the mid-fight is going to go is your demo gets out a lot of damage, maybe your soldier helps out with that, but then your scout cleans up on this damage. A lot of new teams make the mistake of sending their scout in to just get straight up frags, but all things being equal, that's not a really good idea because the scout is a really light class. It only takes a little bit of spam from the demo, a couple rockets from the soldier, and that scout is dead, and then you're playing 3v4. Whereas if you get your soldier to shoot a rocket at them first, then the scout only needs to get one 50 damage shot to get the kill, as opposed to 200 damage meat shots. If you realize that they aren't rolling out, they're just walking, take advantage of that. If you can get traps up in here so they really can't come through, if you can get people watching over here, kind of stunting their progress, then you've won the mid-fight without firing a shot. Important to note for this mid-fight, medium health and medium ammo right back here. Very convenient. If you're getting forced out, you can easily pick this up and rejoin the fight. Try not to steal too many heals from your demo man at the mid-fight because he's going to need to be tanking those heals pretty hard. There's also a health pack over here, small ammo pack over here, and then we get into the second yard. If you go down in here, there's a medium health and medium ammo pack for your flank classes as well. Again, flank classes, try to use ammo packs and pack as much as possible, because then your medic can just focus on healing the classes that really need it. That said, do try to buff your scout to 185 before you send him off onto the flank, because a 185 health scout can do a lot more damage than a 125 health scout. So the point capping is a little unusual on this map. It takes about 10 seconds to cap with 2 times cap rate on mid, and about 14 seconds with 1 times cap rate on mid. Obviously it's faster the more you get. But last is surprisingly slow. Normally on a 5 CP map, last caps in a couple seconds. But here, even with 2 times cap rate, it caps in 7 seconds. It's around 10 seconds to 11 seconds with only 1 times cap rate. Because of this, please plan accordingly. Suiciding onto the point is really not a good strategy. It's even worse strategy than usual because chances of them getting respawns when respawn timers are about 17 seconds. So if you wipe them at mid and come on to last, unless you're really stacking the point hard, they can respawn and come out and kill you before you finish capping, which is very unusual for a CP map. So this area here is yard. Be referring to it as yard. It's where a second point feels like it should be, but on a 3 CP there's no second point, it's just last and mid. So medium ammo pack here, there's a small ammo pack up here. This is a really good place for a scout. Obviously the scout can jump up there, just with double jumps and a crouch jump. And a soldier can get up here. This is really good. It's pretty hard to get them off unless the demo is spamming stickies up there. Now, getting into last, there are umpteen ways to get into this last point, and it's pretty hectic, so we're going to have to go through it bit by bit. Starting clockwise, furthest right is this entrance here, the small ammo pack, small health pack. Overlooks lobby, so if they're holding a lobby, this is an easy way to flank them if they don't know this map very well. Actually, a really good way to push in, just because you get in all this distance for free, and if you're going to pop Uber, you can pop it right through here and you're already on the point. So this is a very strong way to push in, or send a flank class through like a spy. So as we go through, we've got Shutter here. This is where the rollout came from. This is another good way. If they're not holding up there, then you can get in through here. Very quick to get on point. Pop an Uber, crits through here, get some frags, let's get on the point, force them back into their spawn. But then we've got this entire left yard side right here, with an entrance here, which is, if they're holding too far forward, they're getting a little aggressive, you can send a scout or soldier in through here, shoot, land some rockets, you can just get some frag, get some damage, push in, take that point. On the far left, there's even more entrances, so you can go full flank right behind them if they don't see you coming in. You can get up top from here, and there's a medium health and ammo pack here, just to point that out, which is good if you've got a flank class in here getting spammed. Grab the pack, back in. And then finally, there's this area back through here, which gets you fully behind them. There's almost no way that they can be, you can be in front of them at this point, unless they're holding really far back over here. So there are a lot of ways to push into last. So I would strongly recommend winning the mid fight, because holding last does not look very good. In 4s where you have so little flank control already, you're gonna have a bad time trying to hold last. This is a map that a heavy is gonna do wonders on last. Absolutely. If you have a heavy weapons guy standing right here, he's got health and ammo, you can pick up. Or you can have him up here kinda hiding out. As long as you watch out for the scout plays, you can be pretty solid. So what's the best way to hold this last point? Well, you definitely need eyes in this lobby area here. If you can't stop them from getting this ground, you're gonna have a hard time stopping them from just even a little bit of capping the point. I mean, yeah, it takes a lot longer than a usual cap, but at the same time, it's still pretty quick. 7 seconds can go by quickly if you're not in position for it. It's a good hiding spot for a soldier or a scout when they push in. But you gotta be careful sending flank classes out of last, because if they get picked off, or if they don't do their job, or if they just push into you when your flank classes are out trying to flank them, you can just lose before they even get their job done. So depending on the level of DM that you feel your team has, you're gonna want to either hold back or hold forward. This hold right here is pretty strong, because you can have eyes in this room, so they can't totally flank you. You've got eyes down here, so they can't push in a normal way. And you've also got eyes on this door here. So this kind of general area is very strong, as long as you watch out for any spy plays, or any crits charges. One crit sticky right here, it's going to blow up your entire combo instantly. Once you get a couple picks, leave someone on last, and just try to get control of yard. Even if you can't totally cap mid, because it does take a good amount of time to get here, especially as a slower class like soldier. Even if you can't totally get control of mid, it's still better to have a more forward hold when you can, because this is only 3 CP, not 5 CP, so it's a long way from last to mid. Keep in mind, however, if you're holding that second yard there, there's a lot of ways that they can push in or come to flank you. In through here, they can come from over here. If they get up on that rock, they can jump right up on there, or they could just punch it in right through the middle here. What you really want to avoid is wiping, trying to hold this yard, and if you are a player or two down, you might consider just falling all the way back to last. If you're pushing in on a team like this, if you've got player advantage, make the most of it. If you've got any kind of uber advantage, make the most of it, because you can almost guarantee that they will be running a heavy to defend last, and you don't want to have to push into that. This is another good point for an engineer. This is not the best for sniper, but if you really feel confident in your sniping ability, there's some really good sight lines right through here. There, there, there. Or you can even rotate around some cool boxes here. Give you a little hiding spot. Rotate it through. Get some sight lines. I'm really feeling the spy a lot more than the sniper in this map, though, I must say. So overall, I'm really excited to play this map. I think it looks pretty well designed. I think there's a lot of ways to get through different places. My only gripe really would be that it's just a little too flank heavy to be a 4v4 map, perhaps. There's just so many ways to get to every point that I don't know how a team with only 4 players is going to be able to hold anything. It's just going to be kind of DM fest. So I would love to see this in 6v6, to be honest. I think this is a really neat map, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. Nice quick matches. I think you could even run this as a King of the Hill map as it is now. Just a little long to point, but overall I think it'd be a really fun map. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. If you have any comments on anything I've said, please let me know. Any criticisms for the next video. But good luck on Friday, and wish you all the best. Thanks a lot.